Hi people, it's Archivist here, and today I have a very simple message for you. Do not pre-order Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and here's why. If you cast your minds back to 2014 when Assassin's Creed Unity came out, the game was released in a sorry state for all platforms. It was totally buggy, the performance was absolutely abysmal, and over the course of several months they finally began to fix a lot of the problems, but it's still not a perfect game. I think if it had come out like this on release it would have been acceptable, but still a little questionable. And I think for Syndicate to be announced so early, although to be fair, Assassin's Creed games do get announced way before they actually come out, but to be announced this early on does seem, to the gamers, to the players who chose to buy the game and were rightly annoyed by its broken release with Unity, it's annoying to hear that now Syndicate's on the way. Because it's like, well, you know, you really fluffed up the last one, don't you think you should be taking just a little bit more time to work on the next one? So that's the general feeling, that's the emotional reasoning behind why I would say don't pre-order it. But then there's a more logical reason as well. When you pre-order a game, you're essentially giving your money to the developer ahead of time. And the thing is, if enough people actually pre-order a game, then the developer, or more likely the publisher, will look at that amount of money they've made and they'll say, you know what, we've made enough money on this game purely based on pre-orders. We don't need to work on refining the game, we don't need word of mouth anymore. The game has essentially made enough money already. So just finish up guys, just do your, do the testing, just wrap it up quickly. We've made enough money and punch it out. So the thing is, by pre-ordering Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and if enough people do it, there's a good chance we could have a repeat of Assassin's Creed Unity. However, let's just imagine in a very extremely, impossibly unlikely scenario that no one pre-orders Assassin's Creed Syndicate. No one does. So Ubisoft would be forced to think to themselves, well, you know what? We can't rely on pre-orders because we have none, and we certainly can't rely on the prestige of our series because the last one was a flop. We need to make this game work. It must be good on release because otherwise word of mouth is going to travel very quickly and no one is going to buy our game. However, imagine loads of people have pre-ordered it. Well, again, they can't rely on the prestige of their series because the last one was a flop, but they can rely on the pre-order sales, so they can yet again get away with releasing an unfinished product. If you're a fan of the series, and I'm assuming that fans are most likely to do the pre-order, but out of sheer excitement, totally understandable. But if you're a fan, I implore you even more, because you are more likely to care more about the quality of the game. And so if you want to see a better Assassin's Creed, I would strongly advise, obviously I can't tell you what to do, but I would strongly advise not pre-ordering it, at least until early reviews come out of the game, if early reviews come out at all. For me, I don't pre-order a game unless early reviews have come out and they are, well, as good as I'd like them to be. So, for example, a lot of people have pre-ordered The Witcher 3, but you know what? Reviews came out 2 weeks early, it's been shown to be a great game already, you're hardly risking anything there. But with Assassin's Creed Syndicate, you're risking a lot. The last game was rushed out, and it's an annual franchise, so there isn't a huge amount of time to actually work on refining it. They're working to a deadline, so they will release it unfinished if they have to, because it's more important for them to meet the deadline than to actually make it a finished product. So essentially what I'm suggesting is to resist the urge to pre-order the game, no matter what accessory they're offering, a free dagger, a free cupcake, a free Segway, whatever shiny little pointless object they're offering. Ignore that, because really, what's more important? A little accessory that you're going to put on your shelf and it's going to gather dust, or a quality Assassin's Creed game? I think it's necessary for me to make the distinction though between saying don't pre-order and don't buy early on. I mean, it used to be a good idea to pre-order a game because when you could only buy things physically, there was a chance the game would sell out and you'd actually not be able to play it for potentially months to come. But now, you can just download it. There is no stock to run out. The only advantage you get with pre-ordering, like I said, are those silly accessory things. Sometimes they're cool, but a lot of times they are just tat. But the thing is, if the game comes out, it's well reviewed, word of mouth is good, and the performance is solid, by all means buy it. I'm not saying don't get Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I'm just saying wait before you give Ubisoft your money. I think really the most sensible thing you could actually do is not buy the game on release, but wait a bit, wait for it to be polished, wait for patches to come out, and then buy it in the Steam Summer Sale, because then you're going to get the game in its best state, but also at a discounted price. Or you can buy the game at full price with all the bugs included and have your initial impression of the game essentially muddied. Before I conclude this video, I think it's important to say exactly where I stand on the Assassin's Creed franchise. Now, I am a fan of Assassin's Creed, I really always have been. And to be honest, in this video, where I have said it was a flop, Assassin's Creed Unity, do note I am referring only to the technical side of things at first. I actually think Unity was a fun game. I thought it had an interesting story, I thought the graphics were very good, I thought some of the new gameplay elements were quite interesting. I just felt really let down by the initial technical issues. And make no mistake, that's all I've been referring to in this video. I think that Syndicate will probably be, under the surface, a good game, but I do wonder, I do worry that it will have similar technical issues to Unity. So, as always people, thanks very much for watching and see you next time.